So before we get into the session part of this and open Reaper, I just want to say this is a weird one. I take a total left turn after the part that you just heard, and I don't really have a clue what I'm doing, but I don't know, maybe it's cool, maybe it's terrible. Let me know. Okay, so there we have an intro to a song. It's obviously heavy as far as the guitar sounds and all that, but it's also got kind of like a jazz fusion feel to it, progressive, whatever. So I'm just moshing up things that I like to listen to here. And I think what I'm going to do for the next part is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to load up an instance of Easy Keys and get into the Fusion libraries there and let it write the A part for me that I'm going to play over, because the people they had writing those parts on Easy Keys are much more of a Fusion player than I am, so they'll probably write cooler progressions. I don't know if I want to go with the piano or I want like some kind of... we'll start with the piano. Maybe we'll get a weird keyboard sound in there. All right, so we're in the key of C minor, so I need to set that up here. That's C major. We want C minor. So we're going to go into what they call the grooves, which is just the library of parts that are played. Let's find something. Let's go right to Fusion. We are in 4/4, pretty simple stuff. The tempo of the song is 127, so let's find something that's in that neighborhood at least. See what they got here, 115. We'll call it a verse, make that the A part. You can kind of get an idea what it's going to be like just looking at it here. It's going to be very loud is what it's going to be. I got to put a channel strip on it. And these channel strips are hugely important for getting the right sound, so it's not just like a garage demo and it sounds more like a record. And if you want to know more about that, do you like video lessons like this? If you want much more detail and all the lessons you need on how to create great recordings at home, check out my school group, Recording for the Rest of Us. So we just grabbed the default piano one. Let's bring the volume down a little bit and load Easy Keys back up. And let's see what we got for a progression. Drop it on the timeline there. It looks like it's not starting in C minor though. I want it to start in C minor. Okay, if you don't know this software, it's pretty cool. I can just double click in this spot, change all that to what I want, which we could drop all that into the timeline, or I could leave it here where I can edit it. I'm going to need some drums on it, or when we go to play it, it's just going to play that one measure. Yeah, so let's grab some drums. Some Fusion drums in and around the same. This mix is very boomy. I'm going to have to mess with that on the master chain. Okay, I can try to play over that. Metalhead that I am. Let's see if I can come up with some kind of somewhat fusion-y sounding thing. I listen to a lot of jazz fusion. I've learned a bunch of sax parts, but oh man, it's been a while since I tried playing anything like that. Okay, I fleshed out that keyboard part a little bit more just so it goes on for 16 measures instead. Second half of it, I have it go briefly to the E flat major. I think it'll make for a nice little melodic transition there. Normally I would play the bass first and then come back to this, but I think I'm kind of feeling like I want to get right to it. So I think I'm gonna just try to play a fusion lead. I want to mix like a keyboard and a guitar sound. I have this one that I made on the Axe Effects. I want the synth to be a little bit louder, more present. So we're gonna bring that up a couple dB. Let's see how it goes. I'm just going to take a stab at this. The only thing I know I want to do, I'm going to stay kind of diatonic with it. It's not really, normally you play like a jazz thing, you think about the chords more. There's some key changes, if you will. But I'm staying in the C minor. And I'm going to try to think a little bit more saxophonish. I'm going to take breaths, stop, play like I need to breathe in between lines, and let's just see what comes out. Did that not suck on the first try? I mean, I think I got a little weird at the end. I tried to play a little fast there and got sloppy. Let's just hear it, though. I don't know how I feel about it. It feels rushed in the beginning. Yeah, just like, I like that idea, but I feel like I'm really rushing it. The diminished note there. Let's try to play that less rushed. Put the click on. Except for the very first bit. So maybe it's just that first bit. All right, I gotta play that fast bit again. The mix is also a mess. That keyboard's way too loud. I gotta bring that back. Okay, I'm ending on... And I just got some speedy-ish stuff in here. All right, let's let the fingers fly down to a different position there. We have to end there. Okay. A little sloppy still. I get caught up on this middle pickup here over my head. Getting the feel. Do I do that or do I let it get sloppy? I got lost. All right, that's fine. That's all right. Let me glue it together. Now, the mix. Well, we've got to get a bass on there, and then we got to work on the mix. The bass is going to be fun. I am no fusion bass player. I mean, I'm barely a fusion guitar player. I'm really not a fusion bass player. I already used a real bass in the beginning. I might grab easy bass here and have a fusion player's kind of grooves. Let's give that a shot first and see if it just sounds too weird off of a real bass or not. Okay, we drag the easy keys instance over here. We have it on the timeline now. I'm good with it. The chords are all right. I don't need to change anything. And so I can grab it. I'm going to go over here to drums and keys. I wanted you to be able to see it. I don't have much screen space, but let me just drag it in. So I drop the MIDI there. I'm going to tell it to follow the left hand of the keyboard, I think. Yeah, it's also C minor, but it's going to know that just by following. If I do the other side, yeah, not interested in that. So we'll drop that along with it over here on the easy bass. Easy bass? Easy bass? We're going bass fishing? Let's just hear what it sounds like. That one hit the bong. I'll get that in there. Going from that to, or from this to that, but Metal, jazz, metal. What do you guys think? Is it totally ridiculous and no good, or is it kind of cool and different? And the only thing now is the mix has got some bad things going on. It's a little ear fatiguing. I'm going to put this one plug-in in here, and I'm going to do something next week to talk about this. I just spent $12 on it. It's fantastic. It might be the single best thing I've discovered for a mastering chain in years, and it's called Detroubler. All right, that's done. Let's listen to the whole thing. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird transition, but I think I kind of like it. I mean, pretty tired of hearing the same thing over and over. What do you guys think? Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me for this Reaper session. I'm doing them not every week, but fairly regularly. I'm doing gear reviews and guitar lessons and anything guitar related. So if you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so if you like this kind of stuff. And until next time, keep making great music.